Well, hello there and welcome. My name is Energy Gal, and I am here first and foremost to tell you that you are enough. Today, I want to talk to you about something that happened in my life and how it is unwinding itself in such a radical way that there is something going on. And if it's happening to me, it's got to be happening to you as well. So let me unpack this. Over the past, I would say 6 weeks, I have had no less than 6, 8 times of people contacting me to tell me something. Now, let me back up the story. When I was a kid, and when I first started wearing nylons, I was about 13 years old. And I remember the very first time I put them on, and I hated them. And I'm walking across the kitchen, and you could hear the swish, swish, swish. And my dad says from the other room, "What the hell is that noise?" And I had to tell him, well, it's my, thighs swish, swishing because I've got stockings on. And there was such shame, such embarrassment. I was humiliated by that conversation. And the narrative I took from that story is my thighs are an embarrassment. They shouldn't be that big. And from there, I went into not only are my thighs an embarrassment and a humiliation, but I should be ashamed of myself. And I have worked all of my entire life to try to make my thighs thinner, in general, just try to make myself smaller, but specifically to my thighs. I have just detested them all of my life. All right, now, in the past 6 to 8 weeks, I have had a number of people contacting me. I had one woman call me from down the street. I had just finished a walk and she called me. I had another man yell out of his car while I was on vacation. I didn't even know him. I've had a number of people text me, email me, Facebook me, any possible way to specifically all say one thing. Oh my God, your legs are amazing. What is it that you do to keep them so strong, so powerful, so youthful looking and strong looking? And I have to giggle because if you were to say to me, what's your most favorite part? What's your least favorite part? I'm telling you, the least favorite part would most definitely be my thighs. And yet, this is what people are noticing in this last month or so of my life. And it's like the universe, God speaking to me saying, I want to have a conversation with you about something that you've been thinking about yourself, whether it's consciously, but also a lot unconsciously, that I want to rustle up, poke around in there, stir up, bring up to the surface all the muck and the yuck and the crap and the shit. And then together we can skim that off and we can create a new narrative. So the yuck and the crap is I'm not good enough. I should be ashamed of what I look like. The narrative that I gained, and that narrative it just doesn't serve me. Not is it no longer serving me. It never served me to begin with. It was nothing but fear. And that kind of shame is coming up and out of me and ready to be processed. So here's the deal. I go back into that situation and I allow myself to become that 13-year-old, so awkward in my body. I mean, I don't know, maybe I had a period or two. It was just such an awkward time in my body. It's changing. I'm trying to get to know it. And now I got to wear these freaking stockings and then that comment is given to me. I create the narrative that says, so now I have an opportunity to say, do I want to continue that narrative or do I want to change it? And of course, I want to change it. I want to come into a narrative that says, I have the body that I have, and it is magnificent. It's a work of art. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's exactly the size that it should be for the life that I am living. And not only that, but I am enough. I am more than enough. I am to be celebrated. And I want to hold with compassion that 13-year-old me that sunk deeper into herself out of embarrassment and humiliation and shame, who's been tucked in there all along. I want to beckon her out and say, hey, you can sit with me. I'm a safe space. And I want to let you know that I think you rock. I think you're pretty awesome. And I am really sorry that you were embarrassed and there was nobody there to correct the narrative that you had gained. There was nobody there to say, hey, hold on just a second. I know he said that, but I want to have a conversation around that and let you know he's having a rough day. It doesn't matter what he thinks, whatever. I just want to make sure that you're okay and that you're still on a trajectory that says, my body is good. It's awesome, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud to be in this body. So I have the opportunity to be able to now be me and not try to be anybody else. Someone with thinner thighs, someone with, name it. I get a chance to be me because who I am is magnificent. I want to read to you a little ditty from the Talmud called Akiba. When Akiba was on his deathbed, he bemoaned to his rabbi that he felt that he was a failure. His rabbi moved closer and asked why, and Akiba confessed that he had not lived a life like Moses. The poor man began to cry, admitting that he feared God's judgment. At this time, his rabbi leaned into his ear and whispered gently, God will not judge Akiba for not being Moses. God will judge Akiba for not being Akiba. And just so that you're aware, I don't think God judges like that. That's not the point. I don't think there's any judgment. I think we judge ourselves. That's hell right there. And we judge each other, and that's hell right there. But what I'm saying is that Akiba was so stuck in comparison that not only could he not even enjoy Moses' life, but all he was experiencing was comparing himself to somebody else. He couldn't enjoy himself. He couldn't enjoy the other person fully. He was so stuck in comparison. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to come out of that. So what I would encourage you to do is this. Take a large, wide-mouthed bowl, and I want you to fill it up with water. And that can kind of be like your emotions. And I want you to then take a look into the water and see if you can see your reflection. And I want you to really look at yourself as if for the first time ever. And I want you to see if you can find an area of your life, whether it's your physical body like me, my thighs, or any other aspect of your life where you compare yourself to somebody else. You're not as brave, you're not as smart, you're not as wealthy, you're not as thin, tall, pretty, strong. Whatever it is that you are not enough and you compare yourself to somebody else. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to voice yourself. I give myself permission to let myself be who I am. I give myself permission to cease comparing. I allow the other person to be the magnificence that they are. And I will be the magnificence that I am. And we don't need to compare. I don't need to try to be anybody else but who I am. And I want you to hold a great compassion for yourself, and I want you to feel that compassion down into the water. I want you to put your hands around that bowl, and I want you to just pretend like you are like hugging that part of you that has been tucked away and shamed, felt guilty, embarrassed. And I want you to feel yourself hugging that aspect of you. And pull in that vibration. And I want you to remind that aspect of you, come on out. It's time to be who you are for all the world to see. Because you are enough and you are exactly what the world is needing right now and thirsty for. And then I want you to drink that water. Maybe take a straw. Okay? I would really love it if you would comment about how this has been helpful to you, if it has been, because I would like to do some more of this kind of stuff. I want to make a playlist all around little snippets of this that then can help us on our healing process, on our awakening process, okay, on our journey. My name is Energy Gal, and I am passionate about helping people discover, remember, and then be who they are, because I want to get the word out that we don't have to carry all the burdens, the cares, the narratives, the wounds of yesteryear, of our own lives and the generations previous that exist in our DNA into today or into tomorrow. We don't have to do that. We can change our vibrations and live our best and most holy life. We have the power to do that. If you would like to book a session with me, please click on the information in the description box, and I look forward to meeting with you. In the meantime, my name is Energy Gal, and I am a soul seer, an intuitive guide, an astrologer, human design practitioner, and a tarot reader, and I would love to be a guide on your journey. I want to grow this channel. So as always, I appreciate your energies and your time here in this space. I also would appreciate your subs, your likes, your comments, and your shares. In the meantime, thank you very much for your part in my journey. And I wish you the best. Remember, you are loved.